Welcome back to the Southern Life Collective channel. Figured I'd do a quick update on the Mustang. I know it's been probably about three weeks to almost a month since I got to do a video on it. Just had a lot of things. Weather ain't been cooperating, waiting on parts, different things. I did get the gauges installed, or 2 out of 3 gauges installed. Water temp, volt gauge, and then that's going to be the oil pressure gauge. I'm going to do away with this one up here. But in this video, I just wanted to do a quick update on the cold start situation. I replaced that coolant temp sensor. Made a huge difference. Also, I checked the, I think it was IAT voltage or something other. Anyway, it was all wacky, so it wasn't working at all. I'm pretty sure it was the factory IAT valve in it or whatever. But we're going to do a cold start on this thing. I'll show you what a difference it's made. Now, this thing's ice cold. It hadn't been started several days. So let me show you the temp. See, the temp's buried all the way down on 100. So it's ice cold. Definitely back on all 8. This is after replacing the coolant temp sensor and that IAT. Big difference already. It's always going to be a little bit cold nature with that cam, but before I had to just constantly pat the gas pedal just to keep it running. It'll smooth out here in just a second. You can see it's already, it'll hunt a little bit. Also, I had the battery disconnected earlier, so it's kind of having to relearn everything, but it made a huge difference. So if any of you guys are struggling with your idle situation, especially cold start out with those 2 things, that coolant temp sensor and of course that IAT. There's a lot of videos here on YouTube. I was gonna do one on the base idle reset, but there's a lot of videos on that you guys can find. Show you how to do a base idle reset on one of these cars. You can see it'll hunt for a little bit. But once it smooths out, you can see it's almost there. Also, my alternator, I think, is completely gone on this thing. That was another thing. I'll go over here in just a second. You can see this voltage gauge. I mean, it's just barely above 12 volts. And it should be up close to like 14 or high 13s at idle. So I'm pretty sure that alternator's gone. I'm gonna do a 3G, convert to a 3G alternator system. But you get the idea. There's a shot of that coolant temp sensor I replaced. And of course, this one's for the for that glow shift gauge. I've got to get some more wire loom and kind of clean some of this up. And then of course, I just got this one off, or this IAC off Rock Auto. Honestly, didn't think it would make that big of a difference because the other one looked fine. I took it apart, or took the front piece off and cleaned it, got all the carbon and stuff out of it, and it was clean. But it just, for whatever reason, I guess it was just worn out. It may have been the original one on the car. But yeah, if your Fox is having trouble with cold starts, especially where you don't want to take the gas, don't want to idle, I definitely recommend probably start with your coolant temp sensor, change it out, and then if you're still having trouble with the idle, of course this IAC is always notorious for going out. And then of course you also want to make sure your TPS is set right. But like I said, there's a lot of videos out there that show you how to do the base idle reset, and that should fix that. Not really nothing too much to that. But of course this is the factory alternator. I just spray painted all this black years ago. Kind of wish I wouldn't have done it now because it looks like crap. But I am gonna order the 130 amp what they call them, 3G alternator upgrade, whatever. Comes with a bigger gauge wire. Planning on doing that, replacing that probably here in the next month or so. And then the tailpipes on this thing, well, the ones I'm wanting to get are completely out of stock. I don't know if there's a shortage on LX tailpipes or what's up with that, but well, the ones that I want to get are the ones that are completely polished all the way back. I know the ones from Flowmaster, there's a few places that still have some of those in stock, which every one of them says low stock or whatever, but they're only polished, you know, from about here back, which it don't really matter. I mean, nobody's gonna be looking under the thing but me. But they're roughly the same price. I may just have to go ahead and order the Flowmaster brand ones or whatever, and then run those out. Kind of been kicking around different ideas about the exhaust. I'm leaning towards going with the Spintech Super Pro Street, whatever's the most aggressive one. But I really don't want to run those with the dumps the way it is now. I'd rather have the tailpipes all the way back. But for those, for the mufflers and for the tailpipes, it's gonna be well over 400 bucks, probably closer to 450 for all that, and then another 200 for the alternator upgrade. So I'm trying to keep this thing on a budget, not go too crazy with it. But I mean, you gotta have your exhaust right. Plus, running this thing with the exhaust that's on it now, I mean, it sounds okay, but I've never been a huge fan of it. So I want to do the exhaust right and at least have that done and out of the way. I can't really make up my mind if I want to go ahead and do the alternator first and then do the exhaust, or vice versa. I don't know. I mean, the alternator's still working, but as far as drivability, you know, I probably need to get that done first before I start messing with the exhaust. Also, if y'all know the best place to get the headlight replacements, let me know. Put that in the comments. I mean, besides like Rock Auto or eBay or whatever. I mean, these things are completely gone. They actually look worse in person than they do through this camera lens right here. I definitely want to get those replaced. So, anybody can give me a suggestion on some places maybe to look up to order some new headlights or a new assembly, whatever, just throw that down in the comments. And I did want to mention something. This battery is a Autocraft Gold. Pretty sure that is O'Reilly's, if I'm not mistaken. And if you can see that date, I can't zoom in there. There you go. That says November of 2015. This battery is legit 9 years old, or 8.5 years old, and it's still cranking this thing perfectly. Just wanted to give a little shout out to Autocraft Gold batteries. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video off here. Just a short video. Just wanted to do another little quick update on the thing. I know I haven't made any videos in several weeks, so just wanted to go ahead and kind of do just a quick little summary of where we're at with this thing. Of course, I still got to get the insurance and the registration and all that good stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. If you hadn't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.